Hello, White Sox fans. I am checking in with spring training update number 2 for you. As we always started out, it's with an injury update. Nicky Madrigal did make his first appearance in a spring training game. Apparently things all went well. However, we've still only seen him in that one game as he's working his way back from off-season shoulder surgery. Yasmani Grandal still has not played in a spring training game this year. Coming back from a knee injury he sustained while doing some early spring training running drills. Apparently he's getting very close to making his debut, though. Really, across all of baseball, I have not seen yet too many injury notes, which is a great thing. We'd, of course, love to see everybody at full strength when the White Sox blow into town to crush them. So as we know, spring training is really about the training side of things, that we just want to make sure that the guys, they're getting that muscle memory back, the stamina back, that they are physically ready to take on a 162 game schedule. So results don't matter. And those results could mean batting average, could mean ERA, and it could mean a team's record. Again, those things don't matter right now, which is really good news because the Sox are sporting a spring training record of 1 win, 8 losses, and 3 ties. We just actually had our first couple of games that have gone 9 innings. The White Sox have been playing 5 or 7 inning games so far this year. Some good news for White Sox fans going forward is that we're going to be able to see the team a bit more. There were a lot of games coming up on the schedule that just didn't have anything listed as far as a broadcast, but a lot of those changed just recently. And this weekend, we'll be able to watch the White Sox play the Angels on MLB Network. They'll be playing the Oakland A's on Sunday. On Monday, the Sox are scheduled to take on the Cubs, which is an interesting game to pay attention to because Dylan Cease will be making his spring debut. That will be on MLB TV. On Tuesday, the Sox will take on the Padres, which will be on MLB Network on a delay. And then on Wednesday, the White Sox will get a full broadcast on NBC Sports Chicago as they take on the reigning world champion and the team that they share their stadium with, the LA Dodgers. I will be back with another one of these videos in just a few days, actually the middle of next week. And at that time, we're going to dive into a little deeper detail on the handful of players that the White Sox have cut so far from spring training, and they've really just been reassigned to minor league camp. So they're younger guys that are still within the organization, guys that weren't anticipated to make the big league squad to begin with. They are pitchers Danny Dopico, Cade McClure, Emilio Vargas, Jacob Lindgren, Bennett Souza, Matt Tomshaw, and catcher Carlos Perez. Sox currently have 54 players in their spring training camp, on the way to, of course, whittling down to the 26-man opening day roster. While we aren't celebrating wins at this point in the spring, what are some highlights to talk about? And to me, it's the big one. We're able to see our starters a bit more right now. Lynn has made a couple of starts. Lucas Giolito just got his 3rd start of the spring. He went 3 strong innings. He's looking very sharp so far. More of our regular bullpen pitchers are getting some A-game action, including Liam Hendricks, who got his first taste of spring action today. Again, why is all of this happening on games that aren't televised? When it comes to highlights of the week, should we just give it to Lance Lynn for chewing out a home plate umpire during spring training game? You gotta love that intensity. He had an outing where he walked the bases loaded, but also struck out several guys to get out of the inning. So he was unscathed, but he let the home plate umpire hear about it, which you just gotta love that intensity. Very excited to see that on the south side. I'd say the ultimate highlight, though, is back-to-back innings, seeing Garrett Crochet and Michael Kopech. They each went out through a single inning, registering the high 90s, getting out of their innings without allowing any runs to score. Kopech was actually perfect with 1 strikeout. Crochet gave up some walks, but he also got a strikeout and a double play to get out of the inning. As expected, there was a highlight reel play from Tim Anderson, and I'll just be quiet for a minute here to hear the crack of the bat from Eloy Jimenez. The biggest battle in White Sox camp is who will be the backup catcher. Maybe a side battle is basically Andrew Vaughn with himself. Is he going to be considered MLB ready? And boy, it's looking good. Andrew Vaughn is impressing me a lot so far this spring. But getting back to the backup catcher battle, let's check in on all 4 candidates. Zach Collins is 4 for 12 with a solo home run. He has walked 3 times, striking out once. Jonathan Lucroy is 3 for 8 with a double, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. Yermin Mercedes is 8 for 15 with 3 doubles, 1 run, 6 RBIs, and 2 strikeouts. And Sebi Zavala is 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Zavala is still one of our higher ranked prospects, but really doesn't have a chance to make this team right now. And I got to be honest, I'm changing course right now. I was completely in favor of giving Zach Collins as much of a chance as possible. And it still is possible that he would start out as our DH and give Vaughn just a little bit of seasoning in the minors before Vaughn comes up to replace him. But wow, Yermin Mercedes is completely impressing me. I've always known he's got the power. He swings the big bat And he's been somewhat clutch with some of his hits too, as evidenced by those 6 RBIs. But he has impressed me behind the plate defensively as well. He has thrown out at least 3 attempted base stealers that I'm aware of. The dude is nails back there. So I would love to see Mercedes emerge as our backup catcher. I know it was said at the beginning of spring training that Tony La Russa wants a veteran back there and Jonathan Lucroy. And if there's any way the White Sox can carry 3 catchers, I would love to get Mercedes on the big league roster sooner than later. Another issue about bringing Jonathan Lucroy on is that he was signed to a minor league contract. So our 40-man roster is full right now, and Lucroy is not on that. If Lucroy makes the team, that means somebody else has to get dropped off the 40-man roster, which could open them up to being snagged by some other team. Now, I don't know if Lucroy has an opt-out where if he doesn't make the big league squad by a certain time, he's able to exit his contract. But since he did sign a minor league contract, it would be great to have somebody like him in the minor leagues serving kind of as an additional coach. Imagine his veteran leadership, how he would impact all of our AAA pitchers. Taking a quick look around the leaderboards, leading our team in hits so far is Andrew Vaughn with 7 hits and 26 plate appearances, followed by Luis Robert with 6, Leury Garcia, Eloy Jimenez, and Yermin Mercedes, each with 5. And as you see, Mercedes got on this leaderboard with far fewer plate appearances than anybody else. When it comes to total bases, Vaughn leads the team with 11, followed by Eloy with 10, and then a big tie for third with Garcia, Moncada, Mercedes, and Luis Robert. On base plus slugging combined with at least 12 at-bats. Zach Collins actually leads it, in a tie with Andrew Vaughn at 1,050, Leury Garcia at 976, Mercedes 867, and Eloy with 860. And Luis Robert is the only player with multiple steals. From here on out, we will be keeping an eye on our starting rotation. Lucas Giolito is, like I said, stellar so far. He's got 9 innings pitched, logging an ERA of 1, striking out 11, and walking 2. Lance Lynn has gone 4 2/3 innings, not allowing a run, striking out 8, but walking 5, though he might take issue with that. And Carlos Rodon has gotten in on the action as well, throwing 2 solid innings, striking out 1 in the process. Dallas Keuchel and Dylan Cease have not yet pitched. However, congratulations and hats off to Dallas Keuchel, who just got engaged. And to my newlywed wife who's watching, do not Google what the engagement ring looked like. I'll be back in just a couple of days in the middle of next week to give another spring training update. I will also start doing very short 1-minute videos on a number of smaller, brief topics throughout the week. So keep your eyes open for that. If you have any suggestions about other videos you want to see, I have more than enough content to keep going, but if there's anything that you want to talk about, I am all ears and open to your suggestions. But until I see you next time, play ball and go Sox.